This is Tyrese Halliburton, and you're listening to Setting the Pace.
Look, setting the pace with Alex and Fauci. If I put our jacks in the paint, how you gonna stop me? We can go head to head. Call out your top three. Look at the switch from Duarte. Now that boy got three. We got Halliburton running point. This is the Benedict for the shot. If anybody gon' come in the post, then we got Jalen Smith for the block. Setting the pace, going to the top. This is your #1 podcast. Sweeping every team. We gon' need a mop. Smooth.
Ladies and gentlemen of Setting the Pace, we now welcome on the three-point sniper himself, NBA veteran and founder of the Ethics shoe brand, Langston Galloway. Langston, what's going on?
All right. Thank you guys for having me on. I'm excited to talk about, the upcoming season and talk about the brand. So it's good.
Absolutely. Look, Langston, from undrafted to an initial 10-day contract to all rookie second team, roughly 8 NBA teams, pit stops in the G League in between. Each time they count you out, you get back up and keep going forward. Look, when was that work ethic instilled in you and that chip on your shoulder?
It's always been there. Being 6'1", 6'2", they list me at 6'1". They got guys that are listed at 6'2" that are shorter than me. So, it's always been there. It's always been there. Never the tallest, never the fastest, never the strongest, but just the underdog in me. I've always been underdog. I've always fought each and every day, scratched and clawed, trying to find a way to make a career out of this. And I'm just enjoying what I love and continue to do what I love. So it's been great, and I'm just enjoying the journey.
Yeah, for sure. And I know we talked about this off air, and it was a little bit difficult not making the final Pacers roster here. But with that being said, I'm just curious, what's next for you? What are you looking forward to doing? Is there something on the plate for you there that you're going to be taking, or is it just kind of waiting and seeing?
Yeah. No, I'm take. Well, I guess you say my rights are still owned by the Atlanta Hawks G League team, the Skyhawks. So I'm gonna go back to College Park this upcoming, start of the season. Just continue to go out there and kill and see what's next. See when I can get a call up or 10-day, whatever the case may be, and just be ready. Be ready for what's my next situation.
Langston, the three of us, we're all actually the same age. We're all 30 years old, but you started in the G League. It's come a long way since. Can you talk about how the G League has changed over the years?
Yeah, it's definitely changed. And no offense to Fort Wayne, Indiana, but I had a terrible experience in Fort Wayne, Indiana. The away teams when I was in Westchester used to stay in a motel, and you walk in, it was just one of those bad situations, and I remember telling myself then, that was 8 years ago or 9 years ago now, man, I never want to come back, and I've been back. This will be my third stint in the G League, but it's been a journey to see how it's transformed from the D League at the time to now the G League, and guys are getting paid a little bit more money. Situations have changed when it comes to, now you have two ways. You have a lot of extra capital coming in from the G League Ignite. So it's pretty cool to see, how the league has kind of transformed and continue to grow. But, you got to find your way, find your niche, and just keep pushing.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally cool to see how you're so positive with these young players of the Pacers. I saw some of your interviews after practice, that kind of thing, and you got some playing time in there in that last game against the Rockets with that second unit. And I'm just kind of curious, playing for Rick Carlisle, talking with him, what kind of coach is he, and how was your relationship with Coach Carlisle?
It was great. It was a great opportunity to get a chance to teach the young guys as much as I could while I was there, just to find ways to be that voice in a lot of the young guys' ears. A lot of confidence that is going to be needed over the span of this season. A lot of experiences that they'll run into that I've been a part of in my career, and things that you never see coming. A lot of guys gonna run into the wall, the rookie wall at some point, and with a younger team, you have a lot of hard practices. So a lot of guys mentally fatigued and different things like that. So with Rick being there, I think it's on the up and up. I think he's a great leader to push the young guys in the right direction, and funny, always charismatic for the different personalities and the egos on the team. So I think it's going to be a lot of growth. It's going to be a lot of bumps in the road, but I'm excited to see how they continue to grow, and I'll be cheering those guys on throughout the year.
Langston, you've been on teams all different aspirations. I mean, some rebuilding teams, some middle of the pack, even some title contenders. What's the vibe with this Pacers team that while they're really young and being counted out by many, other than themselves, I mean, you got to believe it. And no team ever has the actual desire to tank. So can you tell everyone that this team, I mean, the vibe that's going in, day out with them?
Yeah, no, I mean, everybody's coming in working hard, which is great. That's number one. You got to have everybody kind of dialed in, everybody locked in on, hey, how do we get better each and every day? That's number one. And then secondly, the chemistry. If you don't have chemistry as a young squad, I mean, it's going to be a lot of long nights. But this team, for some reason, somehow, I mean, with all ages, all over the place, like you have a lot of personalities that are trying to figure things out. But I think it's going to be a great opportunity for them to continue to build that core chemistry. You have the buddies, you have Tyrese, you have Miles, like those three kind of coming together, figuring out a way to kind of push everybody and elevate everybody. I think that's going to really help, like Ben and Andrew just really showcase who they are and how long their career can go.
Yeah, I mean, we already saw in preseason how these guys play, but we didn't get a chance to see behind the scenes in practice. So can you take me back to practice and maybe give me a guy or two that really stood out to you in terms of work ethic and some of that you're like, okay, they're going to be a really nice player?
Andrew Nembhard was really good. His pace, being able to change pace, being able to get downhill, get in the lane, make plays for other guys, shooting ability. He had a really good training camp. Ben, another one, had a really good training camp. But it kind of just, when you see guys have good training camps and practices, it always carries over, and you can see how their hard work. They've been in the gym early in the morning, late night. When I was in there, late night, getting shots up, getting my work in, like they were always in there with me. Another guy that is going to really have another showing out season, TT. He's going to have a really good year. Taylor, he's going to continue to prove a lot of doubters wrong. Like his jump shots really come a long way, and his athleticism is through the roof. So he's really going to be another one that's going to be showing out a lot of nights. You're going to be like, man, this guy got 10 rebounds, 10 points. And it's just like, man, like he's 6'5", just bully down there. So I'm excited to see him show out.
Love me some TT. But, there's also a couple players you played with before. I mean, you and Buddy Hield go back to your days with the Pelicans and Kings. But then also Jalen Smith. You played with a rookie Jalen Smith in Phoenix, a guy who, despite being the 10th overall pick, is having a hard time getting off that bench. How much has Jalen's game grown since you last saw him or played with him as a rookie?
It's really been all about like confidence. As a rookie coming onto a team that literally went from, all right, we're just here just to try to figure out how we can kind of build towards the next playoff run to, all right, now we've become a title team. And so, his minutes were kind of sparing. Like he had opportunities here and there to play, but, the belief system wasn't there. And especially for himself, like he wasn't, so much believing in what he can do and playing against, other pros. So I think just the culmination of like, hey, second year, really growing, got opportunity, didn't get traded, not knowing the situation in Indiana, and then really get a chance to play, showcase, and just go out there and just have fun. And that's what I've been preaching to him all training camp. Like, hey, look, don't worry about missing shots, whatever the case may be. It's your opportunity to go out there and just play. And, I think Rick's really been on him and trying to push him. And, all the coaches, all the players are just trying to find ways to continue to encourage him. So his roof, his ceiling is really high. And, I'm excited to see him continue to grow his game this upcoming season too.
When you look at the teams that you guys played in preseason, they all played different styles. The Hornets and Knicks and the Rockets. And even though Tyrese didn't play the last 2 games, what was one of the big things you saw in terms of a positive for this Pacers young team in the preseason that you think can carry over into the regular season?
Number one, like playing that last game against the Rockets, like you can kind of tell the first game, our pace was there. Everybody was kind of figuring it all out, trying to see, hey, how can we fit in together? First game, played well that game. Second and third game, we kind of shot the ball okay, not the best. And then the fourth game, still like, hit or miss. Like we never really shot the ball really well, but from the standpoint of like the growth is really there because you have a lot of guys, in the gym, like I said, late night, early mornings, getting shots up, working on the game. And then also too, like when you're going out there trying to play at a faster pace, trying to understand that, especially for a lot of young guys coming together, like not trying to go out there and hit home runs, like, hey, I'm gonna go out here and go 1-on-5, like, that's not gonna really be the necessary like kind of building of like how the Pacers are gonna become a better team. It's like, hey, you got to move the ball side to side, get great looks, and play defense. Those will probably be the key like core strengths for the Pacers this upcoming season, and seeing how they can continue to grow and hey, take a lot of lumps, but also too, hey, try to win as many games as they can to see, hey, where we end up.
Absolutely. I'm really excited for, the further experience for guys like Tyrese Halliburton, who's being able to step into a role as a leader over here, but also, Benedict Mathurin. I mean, you guys had the best seat in the house as to seeing his career start to unfold this year in preseason. I mean, Mathurin, I counted, it was 5 or 6 and 1s that he converted in the preseason. I mean, what do the Pacers have on their hands in Benedict Mathurin, the 6th overall pick this year?
Yeah, no, he's going to be a problem. He really can get in the lane at really anytime he wants to. Like when he gets the ball, he's kind of like I call him a fullback. He runs into guys and knocks guys over, and next thing you know, you're looking up and it's an and one, or he's going to the line. So he really exploits that. I mean, he uses his strength in the right position and right situations to attack the basket. So you're gonna see him a lot at the line this year, and he made I don't even think he might have missed maybe 1 free throw, if that. He made a lot of free throws, so that's really going to help his game translate. When he's having a rough night shooting the ball, get to the line, get some free throws, get his confidence back going, and it's going to continue to carry over and continue to propel him into. I think he should be on the all rookie team at some, I don't know, first, second team, whatever the case may be, but he should definitely be on that team.
I mean, we're hoping for Rookie of the Year for him.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, I can't speak for all that. I just, first, second team, whatever the case may be, they'll fall in the right place.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm just saying that's what we want, right? We want to see him reach the top, right? But
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, stat-wise, I think he had 7 and 1s in the preseason. I think he was 23 of 27 from the free throw line overall. So really high percentage there, and you love seeing that because that's something the Pacers team has really missed. And when they dealt Sabonis, I mean, I guess just kind of go back to that. I mean, as just a fan of the NBA, when you saw the Pacers kind of head into a different direction, this is something that they've been talking about, since they acquired Halliburton last year and Mathurin in the draft, going in a new era of Pacers basketball where they're trying to develop young guys and not be this competitive team that they've been for the past, 3 to 4 decades. How has that kind of felt? I mean, in terms of the front office and the organization, how has that been in terms of you being able to experience that from afar, I guess, and up close at the same time, because you were playing against these teams for a long time. They were always really competitive, and now they're transitioning into this team that's, more than likely going to be at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. And I'm not sure if that's what you guys have been talking about at training camp, but I definitely know that it's been kind of open that it's going to be a year of growth.
Yeah, year of growth. You never want to say, oh, man, we got to go out here every night and lose games. Like, no, like, come out there, compete your butt off every night, and let the cards fall when they may fall. I mean, and that's where a lot of situations are gonna be the toughest things. Like when you're a younger team in this league, you really have to figure out, all right, how do we finish off games? And I've been on every spectrum team that you could think of, and that's always the hardest thing. Like when you see teams like they play so hard all game long, and then right at the end you're like, man, what happened? Like I thought they were gonna win that game, and it's like they find a way. Like I don't know, somehow, some way they lose. But that's what it really comes down to, like that veteran leadership and being able to learn from those experiences, because that's the only way you can kind of find a way to win in this league. Is like you have to, like, when it's down to what they call for no boys allowed, the minutes that really matter, like that's when you're gonna see who has them and who doesn't. So that's what's really gonna come down to.
I like it. Something that you are very familiar with, 3-point shooting. I mean, look, in your last 2 seasons where you played a substantial amount of games, you're shooting 41% from 3. So
Yep.
We know that, you can let it stroke from deep. But this Pacers team also has a bunch of really good shooters. I mean, you got your Chris Duarte, you got Tyrese Halliburton, you got Buddy Hield. But in your opinion, there's one shot to take at the end from 3. Who are you going with on the Pacers?
You talking about before, while I was there? Well, I'm not there.
Okay. I like that. Okay. Say we aren't going with yourself, because you gotta believe in yourself, and that is extremely important. But between maybe those 3 or someone I'm missing,
that's tough. Oh, you got Aaron as well. Aaron Naismith is another really good knockdown shooter. Man, that's tough. Just because I'm very familiar, and he was in the lab with me a lot of nights. This preseason, I'm gonna go Buddy. I'm gonna go Buddy Hield. I'm gonna go with my guy.
A quick follow-up on that. Buddy leads the NBA in threes made over the last few years, but is never talked about, talked with the greats of this current game in terms of 3-point shooting. You think he slept on from 3?
I won't say he slept on. I think that more so it's about the situation, what team you're on. When you're on teams that, don't get the job done, don't get to the playoffs, the limelight is never on you. So that's why I feel like, if some miraculous way the Pacers make it to the playoffs, hey, he'll get a lot of light on him. I mean, he ended up winning the 3-point contest last year. But the team just didn't, become successful after that. So hopefully, find a way this season to get up some light.
For sure. And I was going to ask you, because, when I hear you speak, I can just tell you're so well connected, and you really see the game well, and you're just really knowledgeable. Is coaching in your future?
A lot of people have said that. I have never thought about it.
Okay.
It's if it's there, it's there. I don't want to never say never. Never want to say never. But I haven't thought about it. It hasn't crossed my mind. So you never know. I've done broadcasting. I've done a number of podcasts. I've done a number of interviews, kicking it with LG. I've done that, on my podcast as well. So you never know. We'll see what happens.
It sounds like you got a lot going on over there, but one of the things that definitely is near and dear to you, shoes. I mean, calling you a sneakerhead doesn't feel like it does justice, because I've seen a video of your collection. I mean, there is a lot going on over there. But to take it one step further, you launched your own sneaker brand, Ethics. Can you tell our listeners more about that brand, where we can find the shoes, everything that you got going on over there?
Yeah, it's Black-owned startup company that myself, my wife started, and we're just excited. We are really excited about the kind of the steps that we're taking in the right direction. We're on shoe number 1. ethicsthebrand.com. Ethics is the shoes, what they're called. We're on the LG ones right now, which is my name, the first edition. I'm excited about what's to come. I've had a lot of inquiries about what do you have going on, what's the next shoe, what are you thinking, how can we be a part of this and the third. So we have a ton of schools that are really interested in joining the brand. So we're working on a lot of partnerships with those type of schools. We're working on some brand ambassadors that is in the near future, and then myself, like just being able to wear my own shoes on the court, like that's everything. I'm an underdog. The shoe is being an underdog. It's all about being an underdog. So we only want you to be in the shoes if you feel like you're underdog. If you feel like you've been counted out your whole life, you're different. Hey, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's ethics. That's your ethics. So I'm excited about how we just continue to grow and more and more people hear about the brand.
Yeah, and that's another reason why you probably won't be coaching either, because you got your own business too. So best of luck to you with that, man. I'm sure it's going to do great, and I'm wishing you nothing but the best this year. I think there's going to be an opportunity for you because we talked about your 3-point shooting, and that's so key in today's NBA. Everybody needs shooters, and you can't have enough of them. So I got to ask, we know Rick Carlisle instituted ringing the bell at practice. We'd hear it going off during practice in the interviews. But how many times did you ring the bell? Was it every day?
I hit, 8 out of 9. Well, we only did it a couple of days, after practice.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was on top of the leaderboard while I was there. It was me and Tyrese were the top 2 dogs. So that's all I can say. I can't say if I was the top dog or not. I was up there with up there with the other dogs.
Were you talking smack to Ben?
I let him live. We shot at the same basket, so some days he had rough days, some days he had good days. So I let my rook live, man. Let him live, man. So just keep working on your game, baby. Keep working on your game.
Hey, I love that. I figured we transition over to some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
First thought that goes through your head, I'd say under 3 seconds.
Okay.
First question: favorite arena to play in NBA?
The Garden. Come on, baby. The Garden.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry. They got two gardens. Madison Square Garden. I know everybody says TD Garden, but
we know what you mean by the Garden. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's the best jersey in the NBA?
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Spurs jersey. They got like their old school jersey with the teal. That one was tough. That was tough.
That is pretty fresh. All right. Funniest teammate you've played with?
Kyle O'Quinn.
Okay.
Former
Pacer, exactly.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah, really funny.
Any examples of what kind of humor he's got? Like, is there a certain style to him?
It's no certain style. He just come out the blue and just like he'll just have you laughing. Like it's just sometimes how he acts. He's a great funny guy. Blake's another guy. Blake is another guy that's really funny.
Okay.
He has like the dry humor, but like he keeps the locker room just laughing and having a good time. So yeah, both of those guys for sure.
Nice. Okay, now we're gonna go on the other side of that spectrum. Who was the first opponent you got into with via trash talk or a scuffle, and what happened?
I'll probably say Jimmy Butler.
He'll do that to you. Yep.
He was just trying to punk somebody, and I wasn't bothered, and he was talking. So it is what it is.
Hey, we definitely respect that because we know Jimmy's known for testing people. So sounds like you passed. I would say, what's your go-to pregame meal?
Spaghetti with mushrooms and marinara sauce. I'm a vegan. If you haven't asked around, but I am a vegan, so that's my protein with the mushrooms on top of the spaghetti and a little marinara sauce, so it's good.
Okay.
I'm a mushroom guy. I like portobellos a lot. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do outside of basketball?
I'm a big golfer. Avid golfer. I probably like plus 12 to 15 right now. I'm pretty solid. Not gonna say I'm like I'm up there. I'm killing the game and nothing like that, but I'm solid.
Yeah.
And then I love creating shoes. I'm very like creative from this perspective of working on my brand and whatnot. So that's really it. A philanthropist. I'm always in the community. I have my own foundation, Langston Galloway Foundation. So I'm always mentoring the kids and helping out as much as I can with the next generation. So I got a lot going on off the court, but just enjoying, like I said, one day at a time.
That's awesome. It sounds like you got a lot of good stuff going on. But say the locker room gives you, the keys to being the DJ. What are you playing in the locker room? Is there a go-to artist of yours?
I'm either so to kind of understand, I'm from Louisiana,
Mhm.
but I have like some Philly ties. That's like my second home. So I'm either playing Wayne, Boosie,
Okay.
Meek Mill, um, or I am playing Young Boy. So those are probably the four guys that I'm playing. And I'm saying this is before the game. I'm not saying like I'm
Yeah.
riding around listening to this. My R&B is like always on when I'm riding around. But yeah,
Boys to Men.
um,
You a fan of
yeah,
them?
yeah, I can listen to Boys to Men, like just one or two songs. You know, I'm more like the newer R&B. You know, you got your Summer Walker, you got her. I mean, you got a ton of like new R&B artists out there right now. So yeah, I'm right there in that realm right now.
I respect it. It's nice to hear somebody say something besides Drake, because every time we have these young guys on, it's
Yep.
Drake, Drake, Drake.
Yeah, great.
It is.
Everybody's on the Drake playlist.
Yeah, so it's we gave Tyrese a hard time about that too, and he started laughing. But another question here for you: Mount Rushmore of NBA shooting guards for you.
I'll probably go for me. You said for me, right?
Yeah, you're Mount Rushmore of NBA shooting guards.
I'll probably go Ray Allen. I would go Joe Dumars. I would go Allen Iverson. I would go. I'm trying to think who else I would have in there. Man, it's messed up.
There's two names that stand out big time. I mean, you can make an argument for three,
No,
but
yeah, but I say you got MJ, and then you got D Wade.
Kobe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Kobe. Yeah, Kobe and MJ. Yeah, Kobe and MJ.
So who you cutting off then?
someone's got to go.
What do you mean?
You have
four.
five.
I said D Wade. I said D Wade.
Yeah.
No, you said Ray Allen. You said Allen Iverson,
Joe Dumars.
And then Kobe and Mike. Kobe and Mike.
Okay. I was going to say, Joe Dumars not one you hear often on that list. I know you got some ties to the Pistons.
Because I'm an old school guy. I like all the older players. Like I watched them back in the day. And Joe Dumars actually a Louisiana guy. So I'm
okay.
Okay. All right. Well, there it is. I respect it then. All right. If you could have had any other career outside of being a basketball player, what would it have been?
Man. You know what? I probably would have been a football player, to be honest with you. Growing up here in Louisiana, like I was playing football up until I stopped playing in high school. Really good wide receiver, free safety. I would go get interceptions left and right, touchdowns. They throw the ball deep. I'm going to get it. So yeah, I probably either NFL or I would have been like. I'm big with like sports marketing and communications, which were my two majors, double degree, and I would have been something along those lines, in broadcasting or being able to be an agent or something like that along those lines, management group. So
yeah, I can see all that. I was thinking I could see you being an agent as well.
Yeah,
just from your personality. But last question for us here on the rapid fire: what is the best advice that you have ever received?
Best advice I've ever received. I'll probably say sacrifice. The more you sacrifice, the more you'll get out of it. So I got that from a couple of different people have said that to me. And it's really paid off. Like, being in the gym late night, getting my work in early in the morning. A lot of sacrifices is really, sustain my career, and it's just to be 9 years in this upcoming season, and being undrafted. Hey, that's truly a blessing. So I've passed a lot of guys that you would have thought that would have been in the league still, and they're gone. So I'm just taking it one day at a time and just continue to build, staying healthy, and just enjoy, like I said, enjoying this journey.
Absolutely. I mean, Langston, we got number one picks that have had shorter careers than you. So by far. So it just shows that comes down to work ethic. And with the amount of players that came back into the league last year due to COVID or whatever situation it was, I mean, we saw guys that have been retired for years. So someone like yourself staying ready, I mean, hey, what you got going on right now is continuing to pay off. So awesome stuff. But one thing, just for our listeners, right when we hopped on, I saw right behind you in the background, for those of you not watching on YouTube, Langston's got some awesome jerseys on the wall.
Yeah.
The first one I saw that caught my eye, Miles Turner. Tell us a little bit about the background on that jersey. And he's got Giannis on there, Blake Griffin, Tobias Harris, and I'm sure there's a bunch that I'm missing. One, can you tell our listeners that story about Miles Turner? And two, what's maybe the coolest jersey that you were able to get and hang up on the wall?
Yeah, I have a ton of jerseys, a ton that aren't even hung up yet. Miles, so me and Miles actually go back from rookie transition program. So really have a real cordial relationship. Like we used to go back and forth with a lot of different things. He had questions for, because this was my second year rookie transition program. This was his first. And he was just like, hey, what can I expect? What can I learn from? What do you do with, your finances, this and the third. So, it was really cool to experience that with him and learn. And, it's crazy to say, I was for a short time his teammate. So it was pretty cool to, just it all, full circle moment. Have Blake in the back. Like I said, played with Blake, great teammate. Tobias, played with Giannis, Thanasis, both were really, really great guys. I probably say the best one I had probably is Carmelo Anthony. That was my vet, my rookie year, second year. He was kind of like, in my ear at all times, helping me, pushing me, always looking for me on the court. So I really, really have a lot of respect for him and his career and, what he's done and what he continues to do with his son, what's next. So, that's my guy. That's my guy.
Yeah, I mean, that was
and I got a CP jersey too. So that's
yeah. So, that's definitely awesome. I believe you guys were teammates. Were you CP3 with Phoenix?
Phoenix, yep, making it to the finals, yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's just awesome stuff. And you're also talking about Melo, maybe a couple of years removed from being scoring title, Melo. Yep. So it's like, this is Melo in his prime, and I've always been a big fan of him. But as we wrap up, tell everybody what you got going on between your foundation, your sneaker brand, and where they can find you on social media. We want the down low on Langston Galloway.
Yeah, if you can find me, well, you can look for me, Lane Galloway 10, IG, Twitter. I'm always on Twitter, so if you guys ever want to, want me to respond, that's probably the best place to find me. Ethics the brand on social media there, Twitter, Instagram, same thing. I'm on YouTube, LG Kicks TV. I'm always gaming, LG Kicks TV as well. So, I'm on there. So, stay in tune and, stay blessed.
This man is everywhere. You heard it. I mean, he's got his hands in everything. I absolutely love it. Langston, I said it to you before you came on. I'm going to say it again. Once a Pacer, always a Pacer. I really appreciate you coming on today. Love to have you back on in the future, but I'm waiting to see you make that comeback on that next team because I know that you will be back. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Mike, Alex. Appreciate you guys.
Best of luck, my man.
Setting the pace, going to the top. Setting the pace, going to the top. This is your #1 podcast. Sweeping every team. We gon' need a mop.